GearNetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
So, Fat Man.
So, Sleazy?
Yes, I'm here. Are you here? Are you awake?
No.
Oh, well, in that case, let's talk about the stupidest list in the history of WWE lists.
Okay.
Okay, that's all? That's all you got?
Okay, sure. I was hoping Ryan will be here so I can fight with him, but...
Oh, this would be an excellent episode of The Wrestling Show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is the Fat Man.
Welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. Today we have not Ryan Williams, but we do have Chip Willett is back with us. Welcome back.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me back. Sorry I had a few weeks and some stuff goes down, go south, go north, go east, go west. I'm back.
Welcome back. So today we're going to talk about a particular list that came out I want to say a couple weeks ago. How long ago was that?
2 weeks ago. Yeah,
I think 2 weeks ago or last week. I think they announced the top 10.
Okay, so not that long ago.
No.
They released the top 50 WWE tag teams of all time.
Yes.
So, Fat Man, do you have the list?
I do.
Do you want to just...
I'll go from 50 to 1.
Okay, sounds good. Because I have them in front of me, but...
Okay.
I don't.
So, number 50, Bushwhackers.
What?
49, Too Cool. Then the Quebecers, Smoking Guns, Strike Force. You guys can interrupt me at any time.
What's Strike Force? I forget who's Strike Force.
Tito Santana and Rick Martel.
Thank you.
That's right.
The Head Shrinkers, Kane and X-Pac.
Really? Wait, whoa. Kane and X-Pac. Okay.
Batista and Ric Flair. Eminem, who are only 42, which I'm surprised they're actually that high. I thought they would actually be lower. The Nasty Boys.
What?
Rated RKO. Paul London and Brian Kendrick. DIY.
Absolutely too low.
World's Greatest Tag Team.
Wait. The World's Greatest Tag Team is number 37? Why aren't they number 1? They're the World's Greatest Tag Team.
Right? Money Incorporated.
Okay.
Jera Show.
What?
Sleazy's favorite tag team.
Yep.
The Natural Disasters. The Street Profits make the list.
Not only make the list, but are better than DIY?
Team, DIY, Nasty Boys, Eminem, Quebecers, Smoking Guns. Okay.
Well, thank God they edged out number 32.
Jack and Gerald Briscoe, which I don't think ever worked for WWE as a team. They might have, but I don't remember. They're mostly NWA guys.
Right.
The Bludgeon Brothers, British Bulldog and Owen Hart.
Okay.
John Morrison and The Miz. So Morrison's on here technically twice.
Yeah, because
The Bar. Kane's on here technically twice because of Team Hell No. Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik are number 26. Los Guerreros. Okay, that's half the list. Now we're going to the other half. Los Guerreros, APA, the Blackjacks, the Shield, DX, just Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Of course.
Undisputed Era, Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas, Tanaka and Mr. Fuji, the Steiner Brothers, the Rock and Sock Connection, the Wild Samoans, the Rockers are number 14. Who beats them out at number 13? The Mega Powers.
Hey, brother. Hey, brother.
Oh, yeah.
The Valiant Brothers. And just because, fuck you, they're out of the top 10 by one spot. Demolition is number 11. So the top 10 are the British Bulldogs.
Okay.
Kane is on here 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers of Destruction.
Brother of Destruction.
Yeah.
The New Age Outlaws. Number 7 is the Usos. Number 6 is the Legion of Doom. Number 5.
What a rush.
Number 5, I know Sleazy's pissed at, the Dudley Boys. Number 4 is Edge and Christian. Number 3 is the Hart Foundation. Number 2 are the Hardy Boys. And number 1 are the New Day.
Yeah. How high were they? How drunk were they? And did they share that with the whole voting panel?
Okay, so let me start by saying this. We're talking about specifically WWE tag teams. If you look at it from that perspective, some of these make a little more sense, but there's still some really crazy rankings going on here. For instance, Mr. Fuji and Tanaka should be way higher than the 18.
Yep. The
Same
Mega Powers shouldn't even be on this list.
Really, no. They absolutely should not be on this list. I think that the Briscoe brothers shouldn't be on this list either. I think
I absolutely agree. Even though I'm the NWA guy and I love Jack Briscoe, the Street Profits should not be on this list.
Absolutely not. Especially considering that they're on this list and the current longest reigning tag team championship currently in WWF/WWE isn't on here. Gallus. They held the NXT UK tag belts for nearly 500 days. Which I might add beats the New Day even.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying they're not even on here, but fucking I don't know.
Kane and X-Pac.
Kane and X-Pac. Team Hell no. I think they're just throwing names on there because they ran out of teams that they could put on this list. I really do believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this, though. Everyone's complaining about the New Day. I'm actually okay with it.
Yeah, I kind of am too because they've had so many title runs. Well, what is their total now?
10 or something like that?
They're
8?
Technically, I believe they're at 12 right now.
But on top of that, the marketing that they've done with that has also been unreal with how much merch they probably. So I don't know certain numbers or exact numbers or anything, but I know that goes into a lot of these polls as well.
Mm-hmm. 11 times, by the way.
What was that?
11 times.
Yeah, I literally was just looking it up.
Here's the thing. They're 11-time champs. They've held it the second longest of all time in 483 days, only beating out Gallus, who, if you want to be, really technical, NXT UK usually has a history of long title reigns. We know that with Walter. We know that with pretty much everyone. Pete Dunne. But there's a lot of people, like the Valiant Brothers should have been higher up on this list. They should have been top 10 at least because they were one of the longest reigning tag titles of their era.
Yep.
I believe that the Dudley Boys should be number 2.
Saw that coming.
No shock there. Number 3 should still be the Hart Foundation, though, I believe. Followed by Edge and Christian, and then probably the Hardys.
You just swap the Dudleys and the Hardys then, essentially.
A little bit more, yeah.
No, that's what you're technically doing. You're swapping the Dudleys and the Hardys.
Yeah. Legion and Doom should not be on the top 10.
I disagree.
Mainly because I think that Demolition deserves to be higher up.
Take Brothers of Destruction off and put Demolition down. That'll be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't argue any top 10. Put Bulldogs, Demolition, Outlaws, Usos, Doom, Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys, Desert Chris, Heart Station, New Day. I think that is the proper top 10. And you can probably do Tanaka and Fuji somewhere. You can probably take off.
I would take the Usos down a notch and put Fuji where they are.
I'd take Outlaws off.
I think the Outlaws were...
For their time, I think they were definitely on the top.
They're over like Rover. They were. And...
Yep. No, I agree with that.
If we're talking... See, that's the thing, is that what are we ranking them by? Because if you're ranking them by...
See, I have a totally different viewpoint on some of these teams. I'm sorry to interrupt you. The Steiner Brothers 17, if they're just strictly talking WWE, they were in the company for a year. Why are they 17?
Right.
But if they are talking their whole body of work, they're easily a top 10 team.
Well, they have to, because they consider DIY in that in their NXT. They've never even been in the WWE.
I mean, technically they have.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, even if you play that card, they were still on the main roster at least a little bit.
Yeah, but even so, WB, yes, WB owns, but this is WWE history, not greatest tag team
wrestling
of all
history.
time.
Yeah, because if it was greatest wrestling tag team of all time, there's no doubt who number one should be.
Yeah, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard.
Fuck
you're
you.
going to say Dudley Boys.
Of course. Because they are the most importantly, they're former 2CW tag champions.
I no-sold a chair shot from Bully Ray.
While they were tag champs. So,
Dick.
Do what I want.
But yeah, if you want to talk about decorated tag teams, Dudley Boys nobody holds a candle to Dudley Boys. They really don't.
I agree.
If you talk about WWE combined days, Demolition
Nobody holds it to the New Day.
No, Demolition does. Believe it or not, Demolition's higher because they had 698 days
combined
over their 3 runs.
What is the New Day at?
They are currently at
with 11 runs.
well, here's the thing: because of the way they did it.
Oh, because they have more than 2 people.
Yeah, so they weren't really freeboarded usually.
Yeah. Yep.
So they cover which ones they are.
Couldn't you say the same for the Dudleys because of Spike?
No, Spike was
never tagged.
Never really. Okay. They did 3-man tags, but they never really. When they were tag champs, Spike was never really with them.
Right.
Gotcha.
If you look at it from so going back to the combined days thing, if you look at it from that perspective, Dudley Boys don't even crack the top 10. So
again, I got another more. I do titles. I know you're all about. Oh, they're the most decorated champions. Yes. Cool.
I have a thing about the fact that they were decorated as well as, just having the multiple title reigns.
100% agree that Dudley should be in the top 5.
Yeah.
Also, match quality wise, duh. I mean, Dudley's in WWE, they're synonymous with the ladder match and tables matches and whatever. So, I mean.
In chairs, oh my.
Fine. But again, just going through this list, New Day belong, Dudleys belong, Hardys belong, Ezra Chris belongs, Doom belongs, Bulldogs belong, Demolition belongs, Usos belong, Brothers of Destruction. No, I don't even think they should be
I don't know. Out of all
I really think the
teams, I would say that one should be there.
No. If anyone a Kane's team should be in here, it should be Team Hell No.
I disagree. 100% disagree.
What do you think it should be?
I think it should be the Brothers of Destruction because
No, it should.
They're absolutely over like Rover. Once again.
But they were okay. So here's the thing. Yes, they were tag team champs for less than a month and really only teamed together for like 5 matches ever. The only reason they tag teamed together is because freaking Hunter got hurt. Well, no, Hunter beat him for the tag titles.
Yeah.
But also, so they won the tag team titles right after WrestleMania and then lost them at Backlash. I think that was it. That was their only tag title run.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So less than 3 weeks, maybe more than that. But again,
we're talking about over.
I don't.
They were over as fuck.
Well, they were over as fuck because they were Kane and the Undertaker.
Exactly.
But you still got to give them that shit because basically
they were 2 huge single stars. Okay, if you're gonna do that, Jericho and fucking Big Show should be higher up. Then they have the tag team titles longer and more times. Mm-hmm. They wrestled more matches and they were over as fuck. So they should be higher than Brothers of Destruction.
I agree.
I don't think they should be even on this list, Brothers of Destruction. Hogan and Savage shouldn't be on the, again, that's a team that really
that was one pay-per-view, wasn't it?
No. So they teamed up at a couple Saturday Night's main events, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and that's it. Maybe a handful of times. But again, it's Hogan and Savage, 2 big guys over as fuck. And they weren't really a tag team. They just were friends teaming together.
Well, Hogan was trying to get to Liz.
Well, that's true. He was trying to fucking bone her. I mean, who wouldn't? She was fucking gorgeous. But Rock and Sock Connection. I think some of the shit's like we got to put The Rock and Mankind have to be on this. Rock and McFly have to be on this list. Let's just put them on there. Hogan and Savage have to be on this list. Put them on there. Kane and Undertaker has to be on this list. That's 2 Brothers of Destruction. Like Triple H and Shawn Michaels got to be on this list. DX. That's what they're doing.
I agree. I mean, there's many.
Jericho and Big Show got to be on this list. Let's put them on there.
Why Jericho?
Ric Flair's got to be on this list. Let's put him with Batista. Like.
Oh, I 100% agree here, especially considering they're literally throwing guys that currently work for the other company on this list. But guys like the Revival aren't on here? Right.
They should. If DIY is on here, the Revival should be on here.
Absolutely 100%. And Jericho shouldn't be.
American Alpha should be on here too.
100% as well. They were an amazing team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
That was Jason and Charlie, right? No, Jason and Chad, right?
Chad Gable, yeah. So just to give a little bit of a comparison, this was top 50 team, greatest tag teams back in 2012, okay? So this was before the rise of New Day that much.
This is WWE's list.
This was a different list brought to you by WWE Classics.
Okay.
So this was back in 2012. Here were the guidelines. Only WWE teams were eligible. So no Sting, Lex Luger, no Mulkey Brothers or anything. They were rated only on their accomplishments within WWE.
Okay.
Eligibility began with their first recognized World Tag Team Championships.
So it's 50 tag team titles.
So Luke Graham and Tarzan Tyler back in 71. And the rankings were based on everything from longevity to cultural impact.
Okay.
So here was the list. I'm just going to give the top 10.
Okay.
Number 1 was Edge and Christian.
I would have gone 10 and blow. You fucking blow it again. You suck. As always.
Doesn't matter.
Drama. Number 1 was Edge and Christian.
Number 2 was Hart Foundation. Number 3 was Demolition. Number 4 was New Age Outlaws. Number 5 were the Hardy Boys. 6 were the British Bulldogs. Number 7 were the Valiant Brothers. Number 8, Legion of Doom. Number 9, the Wild Samoans. Number 10, the Dudley Boys.
Not much change.
No, there's a ton of change.
There's, I mean, obviously we're talking once again 2012.
New Day's Usos
weren't on there.
Weren't even a team yet.
Right.
So you tell me were the Brothers of Destruction even on that list?
16.
Or you just got the 16?
16.
And they went from 16 to 9, beating out the Valiant Brothers, Demolition, and Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm.
Where were the Rockers on that list?
Number 11. Number 12 was APA.
APA went from 12 to 24.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, you look at this list, and Kane and X-Pac are on here. The Legacy are on here.
Oh, yeah.
Legacy's on there?
About
Yeah,
that.
Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase.
They're not even on this list.
Do you know what's on this list? Team Laycool. Here's one that's interesting: the Killer Bees.
Yeah, I don't think they should be on. They were a jobber team.
Booker T and Goldust.
I don't think they should be.
The Twin Towers.
No, I don't agree with that either.
Let me see here.
This is the last list. I'm like, no, they shouldn't be on the list.
The Brainbusters.
Yes.
The Colossal Connection.
No.
I mean,
Brainbuster should be number 1.
Yeah, okay. Go sit down somewhere.
I am sitting down.
Oh, well, in that case. Of course, we talk about, the Legion of Doom being number 6. We're assuming it's Hawk and Animal. And not.
Draws.
And not.
Fucking
Draws. No, hell no. Animal and Heidenreich. No? Nothing of that?
Crickets.
Wow. So who would your top 5 be, not being just WWE, but of all time? We'll start with you, Chip, because you're trying to.
Wish I will. Let's see. Top 5 all time. Hardy Boys. Am I going 5 to 1? How am I going?
Yeah, 5.
do whatever we.
All right. I would say Hardy Boys, New Day.
This is any criteria we want.
Any criteria you want.
And it's kind of funny. I'll get back to my list in a second. I'm sitting there in my mind going over WCW tag teams, and I can't remember. Oh, Harlem Heat. There you go. That's one of them. I put them in the top 5. Edge and Christian and the Dudleys.
There you go.
So I had to put them on the list. Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
They're my number 1 personal favorite tag team of all time.
Wait, so you're going to bitch at him for going 1 to 5, but now you're going to say that they're your number 1 lead right off?
They're not number 1 on my list, but they're my personal favorite.
Oh.
Number 4 would be probably Edge and Christian. 3, the Hart Foundation. 2, the Hardys. 1, the Dudleys.
Wow.
What about you?
Okay, so number 5, Steiners. Number 4, the Hardys.
Steiner's barely. They're probably 6 on mine.
Yeah, I mean, it's number 3.
They would have been in my top 10. They would have been in my top 10.
Easy.
Number 3, probably. I guess I gotta go with. I'm surprised Fatman didn't say this, but Rock and Roll Express?
I was thinking
Not
about them.
a big fan of rock and roll. Like,
Okay.
I like Rock and Roll Express. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They're probably top 15.
Okay.
Very Southern formulaic tag team.
Yeah, but
Where-
they're so over. Holy shit.
So over. But their matches were essentially all the same to where they're like,
yeah.
start out hot, and then fucking Ricky Martin gets his ass kicked for 15 minutes, and then gets the hot tag to Robert, and they win.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Then I gotta go Dudleys than the Road Warriors. I still.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
Yes,
The Road Warriors are number one.
they have to be.
I remember doing when we first started this show.
Yep. I know where this is
You
going.
were fucking yelling and screaming that the Road Warriors didn't even belong in the top 5.
Yep.
And now you're saying
They should
they're
be number one.
one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't you just say earlier that the Road Warriors shouldn't even be in the top 10?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No,
Well,
he didn't say that.
not of all time. I'm talking when they were the Legion of Doom in WWE.
Oh, but WWE. Got
Yeah.
you. Okay.
But in terms of they were the team for many years. I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
you know, you talk about the top draws of all time. You have to put the Legion of Doom / the Road Warriors in there. There's a reason why it's called the Road Warriors Pop. You know, they are. And as much as I love to say, you know, I love the Dudleys, my personal favorite will still be the Dudleys over the Road Warriors, but they are the better team in terms of getting, in terms of notoriety, in terms of getting pops. And that's probably another thing.
So I'm going to flip this on you.
Okay.
The Road Warriors got huge amount of pops.
Mhm.
The Dudleys got huge amounts of heat.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Does that count?
I mean, it does. It absolutely does. But they weren't getting heat. Oh, I'm going to. They weren't getting heat in places that mattered. I'm just going to say it like that.
So Dayton, Ohio doesn't matter.
Dayton, Ohio doesn't matter one fucking bit. As much as I want to say that they're an amazing tag team and they garner heat like no other, their heat was limited in what they could do on a live mic in a house show. Their act wasn't very TV friendly. And it was a different era when they came up. So let's just put it that way.
They were like tailor-made for the Attitude Era.
They were absolutely. They absolutely were. Some of the stuff they did in even WWE was pretty fucking amazing. I mean, they were the ultimate in, you know, hitting women to gain heat, you know, taking out Mae Young through a table, you know.
Yeah, they were getting popped for it too. Which
I dare say makes it worse. So
that's the Attitude Era, folks.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, so essentially, we think this list is kind of like, like in terms of like the Rockers should be higher. This is WWE.
Yeah, this is true peak WWE, and I will not sit here and say that the New Day doesn't deserve the number one spot, because they do. They absolutely do.
No, I don't argue with that at all.
But that was one of the biggest complaints about the list, was that New Day was number one. In what way weren't they number one? Really?
They were over his heels. They were over his faces. Their match quality is great. They sell a shit ton of merchandise.
11-time champs, more than anybody else, and second longest tag team reign ever.
Yeah.
So why the hell not? Because Vince booked them that long.
That's good shit.
That's such good shit, pal. So, what do you guys think out there in the ether? Let us know on Facebook. Let us know on Twitter. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Did we miss something? Let us know.
We'll be right back after this. Yep.
On to news and rumors?
Yeah, we have a shit ton of news and rumors.
Oh, I can't wait. Machine gun style.
Okay, we're gonna start off with something I find super funny. So Tony Khan was on the Dan Le Batard show of all fucking places.
Who the what?
Okay, so Dan Le Batard is a radio host out of Miami, but he also has a ESPN show on ESPN Radio.
Okay.
Yep.
So he's kind of like a big radio host.
So not like us.
No, he's worse than us. To be honest, I fucking hate Dan Le Batard. I just don't like his show. It's not like him personally. I just do not like the way he does the show. So, Tony Khan talks about the exploding barbed wire match.
Oh, Jesus.
Here's his quote. I was trying to be too safe, and I let the professionals handle the stuff, and they are guys who didn't understand wrestling. The professional pyrotechnic guy. They totally shit the bed. I ended up not paying them. It was like $100,000 they ended up refunding for all the expenses of the match. I ended up not paying for the exploding barbed wire match, which I shouldn't have. They screwed up royally. We put together something great. Kenny and John worked their asses off, and all they did was set up the final explosion. This is because we use professional pyrotechnic people who were supposed to know. Okay, that's part of it. Thoughts on that?
Okay, let's start with this. Have you ever heard of an exploding barbed wire match going well?
Or does CCW know?
Why would you have an exploding barbed wire match to begin with?
Yeah, you're not CCW. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's not even that. It's
a stupid gimmick.
Unsafe. It's too gimmick and it's extremely unsafe. Now, and it's stupid. But $100,000 in explosions for that match, I do not believe that at all.
I think he's talking about the entire show.
No, he said pyrotechnics.
Yeah, pyrotechnics for the entire show.
No. I ended up paying it. It was like $100,000 they ended up reading me for the expenses of the match. That's a quote.
Oh my goodness.
There's no way that shit cost $100,000.
Well,
Even I could have went to the fucking Walmarts and got better fucking explosives in their fucking tent for 4th of July than the ones they did there. And that's not counting their fucked up end spots.
I mean,
so he's full of shit there. 100.
Full of shit a lot. He's a lot full of shit.
I will give him the benefit of the doubt because pyrotechnics people could have been fucking him.
That probably, yeah.
So he may be right in the fact that they tried to charge him $100,000, but you and I both all three of us know damn well that it wasn't worth what they put into it. If they're, it's fucking, you fucking goddamn carnies. I love you all.
And the most carny thing ever, we plan on doing this again.
No!
The next time we do this, I will do it again because the match drew. Everything John and Kenny did up to that point was outstanding. It wasn't their fault. It didn't go off. Long story short, it was a long time ago, and we bounced back since then. That was 3 months ago.
A long time ago. 3 months is a long time in the wrestling business, boy.
I was really grateful that the next pay-per-view was up and did a big number. What are you talking about? That was a long time ago. 3 months ago.
3 months, long time in the wrestling business, brother. What the fuck does that mean?
God. What a fucking carny ass shit.
I will say this. The match drew not because it was John and Omega working in a barbed wire death match, exploding barbed wire, blah, 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 blah match. People tuned in because they didn't know what the fuck they were going to do.
And here's the thing. This may be my thinking on it. Tell me if I'm wrong. If you advertise another exploding barbed wire death match with that ending, one of two things are going to happen. Actually, two things are going to, one thing's definitely going to happen. Okay, so the pay-per-view buy is going to be down from the other one because the ending sucked. Will it draw more than the other pay-per-views? No, because they all draw the same, maybe get 1,000 buys more. And that's an uptake, which is fine. They did more. They're not lying. Okay, sure. They're either going to get it, quote, right and make it kind of safe or look good, or they're going to overcompensate the fuck out of it, and someone's really going to get hurt.
Yeah. That's concerning.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, is that this company has a very strange way of being safe and then not being safe at the same time. You've got Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy.
You got Matt Hardy knocking himself the fuck out. Then you have Jericho
clearing him.
And then you have Jericho jumping into a bunch of cardboard, which I will absolutely not shit on him for it. That was a camera issue, not him. Okay. But the point is that is two very far sides of that coin. I mean, that is, where the fuck are you?
Also, Jericho's 50. So.
And Matt Hardy's getting there?
Matt Hardy.
I want to say he's 45. Actually,
something like that.
Let me look.
Anyway, while you're looking that up, yeah, they're not very young. No, I'm talking about they're not a very
46.
consistent company.
Yeah, there's a consistency issue, not just from the front end, but from the back end. And we're talking about a company that's, I don't know about them, because there's some things about them. I think you guys saw it, maybe not. If you hadn't, there's this huge Twitter thing that was put out a couple of days ago, denoting the entire storyline of Hangman Adam Page. Now, they spent nearly 2 years booking his character from end to end up to this point with the match coming up. And you look at that and go, wow, they did put a lot of time into that. And then you look at the barbed wire exploding death match and go, why didn't you put any time into that? Or why didn't you put any time into making sure some of your wrestlers are safe and not concussed? It's strange. It's very strange.
Yes.
And until they have a little bit more consistency, they're not going to be taken as seriously as WWE is, as much money as they can funnel into it. And don't get me wrong, I love a lot of the guys out in AEW. I think they're a great up and coming company, but they've only been around 2 years. So
yes,
and they already have shades of WCW.
So if you're talking about them grabbing former WWE guys, I get it. I get why they're doing it.
I'm talking about the quality of show they put on Dynamite. It's just another Nitro to me.
So I've been watching Dynamite the last couple of weeks, and they're having good matches, but God, some of the shit is like hard to get through, and I don't understand how everyone keeps thinking it's a very good show. It's a good show. It's not a very good show. It's not a great show. Everyone's like, oh, this is way better than Raw. Actually, it's not better than Raw.
Not lately.
Raw last night kind of sucked, but the last couple episodes of Raw before that were actually pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just wait till we go live again.
And while the episodes of Dynamite weren't that great, yes, you had good matches sprinkled in, but they were just.
And here's the funny thing about
shows.
Here's the funny thing about that, because Dynamite has a live audience. Raw has a Thunderdome.
Hey, I got my canned heat right here. Gotta turn it up for Rhea
Also,
Ripley.
I think last week was like the first live episode of Dynamite in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
That's a basketball playoffs, yeah.
Yeah, so.
That didn't help things.
No. So, but hey, it is what it is. Dana Brooke got engaged to Ulysse Diaz. I guess he's a boxer.
Oh, good for her.
Some sadder news. Terry Funk is suffering from dementia. He is staying in an assisted living facility.
So I heard about that, and everybody and their brother came to his defense.
Defense?
Yeah.
What do you mean
saying
defense?
In the fact that no, he doesn't have a shit ton of dementia. He's still very much with it, and he's, like Tommy Dreamer of all people jumped up and said, yeah, I just talked to him the other day. He's fine.
Yeah, you could talk to him one day and be fine the next day.
Exactly. But
Like, I had a grandpa with dementia.
yeah.
He could be fine one day and be completely different the next.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
So
I'm just surprised that people were jumping on top of that like it was, oh my God, it was the worst thing in the world that he had dementia. The fucker's been around forever. He's been hitting the head more times than I've fucked. You know.
So 3 times.
At least 4
At
times. I'm going to give it 4. At least 4.
Oh, so that 3.75 times.
Hey, if I had a dime for every time I fucked a girl, I would at least have 30 cents.
A girl. Now.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Hermaphrodite prostitute?
Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions of
Let's talk about Jimmy Uso. This motherfucker decides to get another DUI or DWI or whatever it was.
Driving while fucked up.
He blew a .205.
Well done, sir. That's where you're headed.
Which is over 4 times the legal limit in Florida. No, 3 times. No, almost 3 times.
Almost 3 times, yeah.
What is it? 0.08?
0.08. Yeah, so it's about 2.5 times.
2.5 times.
Ugh.
Right in the middle of his big push, huh?
And of course, wrestle votes have to be all wrestle votes and be all like, there's a lot of people in upper WWE are very disappointed in his actions. No shit. Why are you reporting it? That's common sense. Like,
here's a news flash directly from my source that will forever be unnamed. My source says that Jimmy Uso has got heat backstage.
As of this moment, right now.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
Well, it's about to get increased.
Maybe so. I'll do some digging, but that may be the truth.
We'll contact our source.
Here's the thing. I mean, for those of you that have followed me, I've been on and off the show recently due to some legal issues. And one of my things to do for my legal issues is I had to take a class in Pennsylvania on the DUIs, and long ass online class, 25 chapters, 25 sections. But it's just like, and I've done classes in the past, so it's eye opening some of the stuff that they cover here. But the repeat offenders are the ones that just, it goes higher and higher every time. Like, I've never seen anyone. Honestly, to have that high of a BAC, he had to have other things inside of him.
He said he'd had a few beers.
Bull fucking shit. When I got popped for mine, it was on St. Patrick's Day. I've been drinking since 4 p.m. and I blew 0.16. So that's bullshit. And he had like drugs or something in order to dull his senses for it to be that high. There are a lot of times, as I was reading in the class, the drugs are the ones that enhance the alcohol intake. So he was definitely on other things. For him to be able to drive in that capacity and still drive and not wreck doing 50 and a 35, there was more involved.
Yep. Isn't he the one that's married to I'm on Small Backwards? Or is that Jay?
I don't know.
Yeah, I get it confused all the time.
One of them is.
They both look the same.
I'd like to have her fucking ass on my face.
Really?
Yes.
You switched over to Naomi now that Sasha's been proven an anti-vaxxer?
Sasha's still my girl, but Naomi has a fat ass.
Wow. This is phenomenal. Why am I still part of this show?
Yep, it is Jimmy.
Is it Jimmy?
Yep.
So it's possible that she was drinking heavily too.
She wasn't in the car.
She wasn't? Where was he going?
He was in Pensacola for some goddamn reason.
He lives there.
Oh,
That was great.
fair enough.
He's in there for some reason. He lives there.
The Iconics can't work due to having green card issues.
That's
Yeah, but I
not a
heard-
surprise.
Remember, they're from Australia, mate.
I watched WrestleMania, I think it is, on Facebook, and they were talking about like the top 5 acts that could go to AEW. There was talk about them going to AEW, but the thing is, they were having issues with the visa currently.
So
Once they get that visa worked out, they're 100% going to AEW.
Plus, you have to understand right now, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, and all of them are back to a level 4 shutdown.
They live in the States. They just need working visas.
right,
Oh, okay.
because they were living here while having visas.
Sean Spears is Canadian, right? Or American? He's Canadian.
He's Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah, from
think he's
Niagara
Canadian.
Falls, Ontario.
Yeah, he's in Toronto.
Okay, so never mind. I was going to say, wait, she's married to Sean Spears, but one's Australian and one's Canadian, so that does not work out.
Right.
Excuse me.
If he had
So you were saying
permanent
he had dual
residency,
Work out.
well, here's the thing: is which one isn't married?
Billy Kay.
Okay, so Fat Man, it's time to take a bullet for the team.
Again, I've said it several times.
We're both married. Your turn.
Her body is smoking. I just got to put a paper bag over it or turn it around.
Doggy style. Simple as that.
That's what I said. Turn it around. NXT talent apparently has 90 or 30-day non-compete clause. Well, the main roster has 90-day, but yeah, that's
bullshit, and everyone knows
bullshit. Everyone knows it. Yep. W officials were at the PC assessing talent, looking to hit the resend button once live events start up again next week.
When's this tournament starting for NXT?
I have no clue.
it. It's already started. It started last Friday
Last Friday?
on 205 Live,
Oh, okay.
featuring
Kurt Angle.
Chainsaw Joe Gacy.
Oh, okay.
Joe Gacy was in it?
Yeah,
So he finally made his debut. Wasn't a zombie.
as Joe Gacy too.
Sleazy is going to laugh at this so fucking hard.
Oh, I can't wait.
Alberto Del Rio
Oh, Jesus Christ.
is open to returning to WWE.
Fucking hell.
So wait a second. If Alberto Del Rio is open to returning to WWE, I'm also open to marrying AJ Lee. Because the likelihood is just the same.
Nah, Del Rio has a better chance returning to WWE.
I disagree. I 100%.
Of course, you disagree, but you're always wrong. So
Yeah, well, I still. Although I also said, well, you probably have it in the notes, so I'll wait.
It's polygamy illegal in Canada?
that's Trent from the Best Friends underwent neck fusion surgery.
Yeah, I saw that.
Remember, these are 2 weeks old because we didn't do news and rumors last week.
Right.
I guess Joey Janela has been dealing with a concussion. That's why he hasn't really been on TV. It's been lingering. Also, he has a new best friend in Drake Younger.
What?
He also got kicked out of a school board meeting for telling a doctor he doesn't know what he's talking about with COVID. This is Joey Janela.
The professional wrestler, Joey Janela.
Yep.
Now,
He even posted pictures sitting next to Drake at the meeting.
Now, I hate to say this, but unlike Britt Baker, who's a legit dentist and a medical professional, Joey Janela is not a medical professional in any way, right?
As far as I know, let me check my sources. Sasha. Lexa. No, he's not.
What the fuck? Drake keeps popping up on my friends list.
He finally popped up on mine. I removed him. I literally just scrolled through his page. I'm like, nope. I'm done. I'm just going to remove him.
It's just like, wow.
You all have a history with him?
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
WB is supposedly debuting new sets when they go back to famous. Woohoo. So
I got nothing for that.
I know.
Of course
So apparently WWE also released a writer, Kenzie Mobley, after she was on a podcast and said that she got hired by WWE without knowing anything about WWE, and said, I don't know, the WWE, there's a wrestler called Bobby Ashley or something like that, and he's just a big black guy, and but I really don't know anything about WWE. And then they fired her.
Well done. You know, the best part about that is she's a stand-up comedian.
Yes.
So what the fuck were they doing hiring her in the first place?
Right.
She's got hell of material now.
I mean, she's got a whole new half hour ready to go.
No.
Okay, this isn't not news, but Zelina Vega returned to WWE last week on SmackDown.
Who saw that coming?
Not me.
Not me either.
Me neither. Heard WWE apologized to her big time as well.
Yep. Well, I don't want to say big time. Be like, yep, sorry. There's a lot of people who didn't want her to go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then they pretty much, I guess they offered her mad money.
Well, yeah, because hello, she's a fucking draw.
Mm-hmm.
And not one single sex joke from Fat Man.
I love Zelina Vega. She's so tiny.
Thank you.
She's my third baby. G1 Climax. Vega Climax.
Well done, sir.
Will take place this September and October due to the Olympics being hosted by Tokyo.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Sleazy, want to go to Clash of Champions?
Sure.
Sunday, September 26th in Columbus, Ohio.
Nope. Hard pass.
So, Super Genie passed away also.
Yeah, Melissa Coates.
Yep. She was she married to Sabu?
They were
dating?
They were together.
Together?
They were together.
They were fucking.
Yeah, I met her at she was at WrestleCon when we met Sabu.
She was. Yeah, she was. Nice person.
I think she was there in Dallas too. Actually, she was there.
Yeah.
Was she?
Mm-hmm.
She had a hard few years.
She had to get her leg amputated?
Yeah, due to a blood clot that got nasty and unfortunately was not taken care of at the right time, and just bad things happened from there.
Yeah, still no cause of death.
Yeah, I know Sabu is just fucking fucked up about it. And Ryan can actually probably tell you even more than I can, but yeah, it's terrible. So it's all I can.
Yeah, it is sad. Paul Orndorff's son, if I read my own, Tony says that Paul Orndorff isn't doing any good, that he has CTE.
We've discussed this so many goddamn times.
We have.
On both podcasts.
Can't diagnose CTE until you're dead.
Yeah, right now there's no reliable test.
No. Does he probably have it?
99%.
Most likely. But to say that he does, you don't know yet. So, but that is sad to hear that Paul Orndorff. There was a picture of him, and man, he looks in rough shape.
Yeah, he does.
Lashley has multiple opponents rumored for SummerSlam. Obviously, Lesnar.
Lesnar, Black Lesnar.
Orton. A returning Bray Wyatt.
What?
Goldberg. And Daniel Bryanson.
His contract's up currently.
Doesn't mean you can't resign.
Brian Danielson.
You
Doesn't
can
mean he can't
officially
resign.
call him Brian Danielson now because he's not under contract.
Daniel Bryanson.
Sure.
That's been his name since the whole thing throughout the show.
Because he's been under contract for the whole thing throughout the entire show.
Doesn't matter.
Meanwhile, Chips, well, he was until his camera's off, but he's been lounging like he's just fucking Cleopatra on his
ready to get a
fainting
massage.
couch. Yeah. Fucker.
I couldn't get real. My phone was dying, so I had to charge it up, and I couldn't get fucking comfortable.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch got married.
Out of
really?
nowhere. Like an RKO out of nowhere.
Chelsea Green and
Zachy Poo.
Zack
Ooh.
fucking Ryder.
You know it, bitch.
Plan on getting married on New Year's Eve.
Good for them. No, I know. In all seriousness, good for them.
Want another laugh, sleazy?
Yes.
Rene Dupree has said that WWE has wanted to sign him for years now.
How old is he now?
Don't fucking care.
Rene Dupree.
He's going to be like in his late 40s.
As in, like, not Rob
wait.
Conway.
Rene
Yeah.
Dupree.
One half of Les Resistance.
Yes. You know, the guy... I don't fucking know. This guy's a fucking dick.
What the fuck?
He's 37.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Yeah, and he's got no fucking brains either.
You think if WWE wanted to sign him, they'd sign him.
Especially considering that
He ain't doing shit now.
at best he's doing fucking jobber work. Oh,
Wasn't he at NEW recently?
What's that?
Wasn't he at NEW recently with Travis?
A couple of years ago, I think.
It was a couple of years
Yeah.
ago. Hey. Uh-huh. Hey, I'm going to job for $250,000 downside.
When when John Moxley had that really nasty staph infection a couple years ago, this is from the fuck's her name? Renee, John Moxley's wife.
Okay.
Yes. Said that Triple H reached out to Moxley multiple times, not for an offer, but just to make sure he was doing okay if he needed anything. And then she wanted to say that because everyone gets this perception that, you know, WWE and AEW are at war, which AEW constantly fucking does.
Right.
And yet they really don't know anything about it. Like, they're all friends. They all know each other. They all care for each other.
Right. I mean, we talked a little, we kind of jokingly talked about the War of the Released Superstars last week. By the by, we will figure out who has won the poll on next week's show. But I want to say, for the people who are bitching about Tyler Breeze of all people, saying, well, he's got no chance in AEW. I'm like, are you fucking idiots?
I think we talked about this one time.
I think we talked about it off the show. I don't think we did.
Or maybe we did. Yeah, like...
Him and Sean Spears have a wrestling school together in Florida. Of course he's going to AEW.
Right.
You know,
Fucking Peyton Royce is married to Sean Spears. Of course she's going to AEW.
Yeah.
And she said that she's not going to AEW without Billy Kay. Or she's not going anywhere without Billy Kay. So Billy Kay's going to AEW.
Right.
So,
And honestly, those are great talents to take in.
yes.
So I don't know about your opinions on Tyler Breeze, but I want to point out.
I think he's better than Sean Spears.
Okay. They trusted Tyler Breeze to work Liger.
Yes.
That's all you have to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Almost done a few more. WWE is having their ratings suck. They're going to be out of business in like a year, Sleazy. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. Is this
they
from
just signed
Dave
a new
Meltzer?
partnership with C4 Energy. You know, the company that ratings are just terrible at.
Wait. C4 Energy, is that the stuff where they sell it for $1 at the Dollar Tree?
I don't know. I don't go to Dollar Tree.
C4.
It's in a yellow can.
Yeah, I drink it all the time. It's got pre-workout mixed into the energy drink.
I had
Pre-workout.
I had one can of it, and it was I'm like, I'll stick with my Monsters.
The past couple of weeks, I've been driving to Virginia every day, and for work. And I was driving home, and I will slam it right before I get into Westminster, Maryland. That's still another 45-minute drive, and I tingle all the way home to Gettysburg.
Wait, what's your commute, by the way? What's the time on your commute?
The past couple of days past week I've been in Virginia, so that's 2 states away. So I'm driving an hour and a half to Virginia and 2.5 hours back because of traffic. But when I am in DC, I do 45 minute or about hour and 15-minute drive to Baltimore and then take a train in for 45 minutes. It's tiring, but I get paid really good to do it. So I do it.
Damn.
Well, plus I'm now into my 5th year at Google, so definitely something worth.
Google knows all. I just found that everyone's like, oh, their ratings are down and they're losing sponsors. Yeah, they just signed
a huge deal.
And C4 is huge, trust me, especially in the MMA and workout world.
Wait, so before, hang on, I have to rag on Chet for a bit here.
Oh God, here we go.
So Chet, you've worked for Google for 5 years?
Well, at Google for 5 years, yes.
So what did you do at Google for 5 years?
I'm a chef.
So what do you do as a chef, though?
It runs we have a cafeteria. So we cook food for all the Google employees and do corporate catering conferences for the Senate and people in DC. Higher ups, big time. Like we've done Nancy Pelosi a couple times and a couple other big wigs.
So I just want to ask, when are you going to get killed by Google then?
Oh, geez, here we go.
I mean...
Never. I'm on the protected list.
Nothing's on the protected list with Google.
Here.
Nothing.
Chip should have said, Google's not going to kill me. I'm going to kill Google.
Yeah, that's what it is.
More sad news. The Patriot Del Wilkes passed away. Wow.
Canada Day.
Yeah, he had to fuck with Canada one last time.
I mean...
There's no Canadians on the show. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
If they were on the show,
Canucks. Fucking Canucks.
What the fuck does Canada have a day for?
USA. Patriot recipes.
What is Canada Day? Is that like their Independence Day?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Why are they like so happy about being independent from fucking France? Oh wait, it's France.
Yeah, first of all, it's France. Second of all, they have health care.
Oh yeah, they got health care. That's true.
And I don't want to hear from Travis about how their healthcare system's so terrible.
Well, he bitch complains about how he has to wait in the ER for 4 hours. I'm like, go to the US.
You'll wait for 6 and pay $10,000.
Yes. Like in the most non-shocking, probably best cameo that there is going to be, Darby Allin's going to appear in Jackass 4.
Yeah, I saw that.
I did not hear that. That's phenomenal.
That makes perfect sense.
Hi, my name's Darby, and this is Jackass.
I'm Kenny Rogers. This is Jackass. One last bit of news. I saved it because I personally worked with him. Sanjay Dutt has parted ways with WWE.
Where do you think he's going?
He actually did it the right way. He went to corporate, says, I'm putting my 2 weeks in, fulfilled his 2 weeks, and then left.
So he left.
He left, yes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder where he's going.
No clue.
I don't think it's wrestling.
You think it's announcing?
I don't think it's wrestling. No, he was a producer.
I think he's going into production for an unrelated field.
Yeah, I think so too. If it is wrestling, I think it's Impact.
Yeah. Well, the reason why he left Impact was to take the WWE job. So, and he was doing some amazing things with Impact. That's the reason why we got the one night only shows. Where they were working with indie shows like Excite.
And he produced me in the segment I was in. So,
You bastard.
A show that for a company that Sleazy doesn't work for and I don't work for, or Sleazy works for and I don't work for, but I was on the show and Sleazy wasn't.
And I wasn't. You fucking goddamn fucking. To be fair, I did other things, so I got more experience with that show than any other show I've been a part of, bar none.
Yep, talking to a very coked out Jimmy Jacobs.
Yes.
Thumbs up.
Yup.
Who appeared on the show very coked out. Who was supposed to have a match, but couldn't because he was very coked out. And then went on a 20-minute promo and rambled for 20 minutes because he was very coked up. That's it. That's it for news and rumors for the last 2 weeks. So
excellent. Chip, what's your social security number?
Well, actually, first off, I'm not sure if you all heard this, but
you're pregnant.
What?
You are pregnant.
I knew it. Knew it.
It's a big lawsuit coming this way. That's the case because I can't and she can't. There was a hockey.
I'm not sure you wanted to release that on the show, but okay.
Well, they don't know who we are. They don't follow us.
Our multitude of fan.
Yeah, but that one fan might talk. I don't know.
Anyway, did y'all hear a hockey player died the other day?
Yes.
Firework, right?
He got hit with a firework and fell and cracked his skull coming out of the hot tub.
I heard he got hit
in the chest.
In the chest, and that's what killed him.
Well, there's conflicting rumors because it says he also fell out of a hot tub and cracked his skull.
The first thing I heard was he died from a fall, and then it came out saying that he died from an errant firework to the chest, and then that was the last thing I heard.
But there was also a percussive injury to the head when he fell out of the hot tub.
I didn't hear anything about that.
24 years old.
Yep. So, he was the backup goalie for the Blue Jackets?
Yep, Columbus Blue Jackets. Anyway, Twitter, the Sports Guru 728.
AHL?
NHL.
Oh, I did not know they were an NHL team.
They've only been around for 21 years.
Yeah, well, fuck. Yep. You know, I don't know this shit.
I know.
You should. You need to learn the territory.
We're a wrestling podcast.
Wow.
He has connections to kids.
That's what Sleazy will say. We're a wrestling podcast. Okay.
What the fuck?
He's TWS Sleazy. I'm at TWS Fat Man. Our Facebook is The Wrestling Show with Sleazy the Fat Man. Our Twitter is at Sleazy Fat Man. Same as our Instagram. I don't know if we have a TikTok. Sleazy probably did one because he likes Asians.
Not yet,
but I'm from Instagram again.
Yes, we're banned for another 10 days.
Because you banned on Instagram
because he likes Asians.
Short answer, yes. Long answer, I like to follow a lot of people.
You flash shadow. Got it.
I think I said everything.
Our trivia question I wanted to do.
Oh, we didn't do one last week. Also, Gear Network.
GearNetwork.com. Follow them on Twitters at Gear Radio, Gear Network. I don't fucking know. Why the fuck does JC care, you know?
Wow, way to go with that publicity.
You know what? Fuck them. No. Yeah, it's gearnetwork.com for the actual website.
It's at Gear Network.
It's at Gear Network. Thank you. I keep thinking it's Gear Radio and it's not. Check out all the shows that we have on the Gear Network. Everybody on there's great. They're a great group of guys.
Thank you.
And gals. But our trivia question relates to the Dudley Boys.
Oh, you didn't give the answer to the previous question for the Samoa Joe one. How many times was he U.S. champ?
3 times.
Okay.
Sorry. I completely forgot we didn't even give the answer last week. So this week's answer, or this week's question, is related to the tag question that we talked about earlier, specifically about the Dudley Boys. The Dudley Boys competed in their last match as a tag team at what promotion?
Oh. The answer next week. Dun dun.
Dun dun. If you know the answer, tweet it at us at Sleazy Famine or check us out on the Facebook fan page. Other than that, thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Kenny Omega. Fuck. Jesus. Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Nick King. God, I hope. You were like, what? I was like, shit.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.